Reliable samples and sampling techniques. A large university wants to gauge the reaction to a proposal to ban the use of laptop computers in lectures. The university has 10,000 students and a teaching staff of 2,000. It is felt that the teaching staff would be more in favour of the proposal than the student body. Part 1. The university decides to obtain a sample of a size of 300. It chooses these at random from the 12,000 students and staff. So 10,000 plus 2,000 is 12,000. What type of sampling is involved here, and what is the disadvantage of such a sampling type? This type of sample is called a simple random sample. There may be a disproportionate number of students or members of the teaching staff in the sample chosen at random, and so the result may not accurately reflect the population. So obviously there's a lot more students than there are staff, and there might end up being more staff or a higher proportion of staff of the 300 chosen. So it might not really represent what everyone thinks, and it might not represent what the students think. And likewise, you could end up having the majority students and it's not representing what the staff think. Part 2 suggests a more appropriate sampling model to take into account the views of the different groups within the target population. A more appropriate sampling model would be stratified sampling, with 300 times 10,000 over 12,000 equaling 250. Students and 300 take away 250 equals 50 members of the teaching staff chosen at random for the interview. So we got the 250 because we took the 10,000 students, put it over the 12,000 total students and staff, and multiplied it by 300 to get 250. Or we could have taken the 2,000 staff and put it over the 12,000 and again multiplied it by 300, and that would have given us 50. So whichever way you want to do it first, and then just take whichever number you got away from 300 to get the other one. So ideally, we would sample 250 students and 50 staff members. Instead, the university decides to place an interviewer at the front gate to the university. It asks her to obtain the views of the first X students and Y members of teaching staff she encounters. What sampling model is involved here? This is quota sampling. Part 4. If the sample is to reflect the target population, what are the values of X and Y? So basically, how many students and how many staff members? As with the stratified sampling, X is equal to 250, so 250 students, and Y is equal to 50, so 50 staff members.